visible, understandable, and well managed. In addition, security teams need to understand what is going on within their specific network and know what they need to protect their business. In some cases, we can say a lot of example for this technology weakness, right? And the third one, we can say cyber security policy as well as procedure, right? In our country, we don't have much policies and procedures. To help support the education of staff in all security matters, well thought out policies and procedures need to be put into the place. In addition, training and awareness of an organization policies and procedures need to be mandatory for all employees. Examples of good policies include backup policy, fast recovery processes, network access and user policies, network segmentation practices, right? Again, we can count on in more. So employees should know exactly how to act in response to a breach, and procedures should be practiced and rehearsed before they are needed to limit damage and protect against data loss. And the fourth stage, step D, recovery. Suppose if anything happens, what will be the remedial? Sometimes even with the best technology, best people, those who educated well, with a proper policy, an organization or a company or an industry may still suffer a breach. Consider a physical breach. We all put locks on the door, right? Sometimes criminals still manage to break in. How a business recovers can be the difference in staying in business or closing the doors for good. Some factors to help aid in recovery include backing up files, investing in better network segmentation to limit damage, not to fully stop the damage, limit the damage and protect against data loss. In addition, nowadays we are having a lot of cyber insurance, breach readiness as a services. We used to say BRAAS. These are all some important tools to help aid in recovery from potential breach. So are we doing these all things in our day-to-day life? This is a question for the participants, those who are here. Are we keep on doing this kind of ways? You think of it, you keep your answer with yourself. Let us have some more discussion, then we will go for interaction. Right. Sir, what is the meaning of ethics? You are talking about cyber security or criminology. In that sense, how it is correlate with your today's topic? That might be one of your or most of your question, right? I am saying about cyber ethics, what it means and why it is required and how it is going to help us in the remaining discussions, right? So cyber ethics is a branch of applied ethics that always examines moral, legal and social issues at the intersection of computer or information and communication technologies. This particular field, cyber ethics field, is sometimes also referred to be phases such as internet ethics, computer ethics, information ethics, right? So the expression of internet ethics is somewhat narrow in scope and thus unable to capture the range of cyber-related ethical issues that arise independently of the internet and network computers. Because computer ethics cannot be an ethical issue of affecting either computer professionals or computing machines. It is also we can say easily fail to include a cluster of relevant issues that fall under the heading cyber ethics. Suppose if we are saying information ethics, On the contrary, it is too broad because it can refer to information related ethical issues that are beyond the scope of cyber technology also. So the cyber ethics is the study of ethics pertaining to computers, covering user behavior and what computers are programmed to do and how this affects individuals and society. For past several years, various governments have enacted regulations while organizations have explained policies about cyber ethics. With the increase, right, with the increase of young children, if you are looking our country, we are the future skill force, which means the young age people are more in number in India only. India is the #1 rank in that. So it is our responsible to educate, right? How to use, how to operate properly the internet or IoT, right? What are the ethical challenges are there? If you are talking about cyber security or network security, what are the ethical challenges, right? The copyright or download. And this is the major issue because we people don't know copyright policies. For the past 1+ year, the copyright, right, things are coming up. Few academicians, few industries are coming up with filing the copyrights. They only try to search what they need from the web and download it for their purpose. If you want something, go Google it, get it. We don't know what is copyrighted, what is open righted. We are thinking, right? If everybody is doing it, therefore it is okay. Second, the crime and punishment, right? We do not believe that we are going to get into a real problem from neglecting the use of cyber ethics. Yeah, we are not knowing. It has become easy to track the origin of wrong activity over the internet to an individual user. Nowadays, it is happening. There is not much anonymity as a trust, right? If you are looking the ground countries like US, right? There are several computer crime cases done by children. And the third one, the ethical issue in the network security is internet hacking. So hacking is done by stealing some classified information or password to get into the site, right, or into the data bank knowingly and most of the occasions unknowingly. So this is a ethical challenge. What data we can keep in open, what data we can keep in a secret way. As I told, the ground country like US, sharing the age, asking the date of birth is also a cyber crime, right? If you are not knowing a person and if you are asking all in sudden about their date of birth, is a cyber crime activity in the ground countries. But country like us, we don't have such kind of policies. Later slides will give you more impact about this. And the fourth one, cyber bullying. It is increasing and people are becoming aware of its effects on children. We are often hearing such kind of cases in our day-to-day activity. So what we have to do, we have to educate people properly. So use of technology by students is globally accepted as it facilitates the searching and retrieval of information needed for their academics and consequently the successful completion of their education programs. And we Indians came to know well in this corona situation. So we must make aware and knowledgeable about the ethics, right, in the ICT. Therefore, it is very important, especially the growing kids. must be aware and possesses the knowledge about cyber ethics. So, the cyber ethic education must be provided to students by the schools and colleges. I am urging the post-college should have such kind of additional courses, at least hereafter in the, if it is an affiliated institution, you can go for an value-added courses, right? Next, if you are talking about some examples, right? We may often hear this, right? If you are talking about some crimes, these are all generic things. We can say ransom attacks, malware attacks. You might hear all these things in the past 6 days. Crypto mining, crypto jacking, right? Identify theft, violating privacy, stealing, leaking data, human and sex trafficking, selling weapons, selling drugs online, manipulating IPR, stealing information, digital currency scams, impersonating another person. So here I given some new things like selling weapon, selling drugs online, manipulating IPR, and impersonating another person. These are all upcoming and recent terms. These are all growing. Right. The next one. If you are looking the incidents for the past several years, right? And for an example, I consider the year 2019 in the trade, in the administrative, in the management, in the agriculture, in the mine, in the transportation, in the construction, real estate, utilities, accommodation, entertainment, retail, healthcare, education, manufacturing, right? In the sector wise. If you are looking the healthcare, for an example, in this today's session, I am going to consider the healthcare as an example of how to do and what to do. 798 registered incidents happened, right? As a total of 32,002, more than the healthcare, lot of issues happen in the finance. And lot of issues happen in the information. Lot of issues happen in public, professional, and some things are mentioned as unknown because the companies or the industries or the individuals are not interested to reveal what type of data is lost from them, right? So, next one, I told several things about ethics so far. Now I want to say some environmental issues related with the cyber criminology as well as network security. The terms which I shown in the slide are all not directly related with the topic. You might wonder, sir, how climate change, energy, pollution, toxins and waste, intensive farming will be connected with today's topic, right? Specifically, the climate change, energy, pollution. These first three topics are directly related with this network security, right? And the users of network. I will explain how. When I explain this thing, you can understand very easily. If you are talking about network security, then definitely we are using some ICT tool. It may be desktop or laptop or tab or mobile, right? Or even artificial intelligent equipment like robots. Everything is consuming certain amount of energy. Every electronic component is emitting when it's absorb certain amount of energy. The emission of CO2 from the electronic components or network components will vary depend upon its quality and quantity with the respect to the time of usage. So for an example, I put desktop, laptop as well as the standby mode. Everything is emitting certain amount of CO2, right? When we say network security, The data are transferring from one point to another point, right? In the form of data, it might be as mail, right? Or it might be a server data, we can say in any way. Assuming if a person is hacking or using a mail, and if the mails are 20 per day, then it is also emitting certain amount of CO2 into the environment, which is equivalent to more than 1,000 kilometer travel by a car, right? I assume that all the participants are based on computer segment. So you know well about router, switches and etc. things. Those equipments also consuming a huge amount. When we say network security, definitely there will be a data center. Cloud or there will be a data center. If you are talking or if you are using a data center, it is required 1/10 of the thermal power station value, which is 100 megawatt. So we know well when we go for producing energy in that level, how much pollution is coming to the environment, right? If you are searching a web, when we say ethical hacker or when we are real hacker, right? We have to do something in the web. So the web browsing itself emitting a certain amount of CO2. The researchers are saying that if it is showing 5 results when we do the search by using a search engine, either Google or something, right? It is emitting 0.8 of CO2. Recently, the Apple Incorporation is coming up with the plan of making their own search engine instead of paying huge money to the Google every year. Right. So in this particular slide, I mentioned another parameter, 2,900 liters of water. So these are all happening and we people are not known about these factors. But the country India is having 138 crore plus people and every one of us are interested to live our life with the sophisticated, luxurious, comfortable with all type of gadgets, right? In that sense, how much power is required, how much it is going to emit. So this is what I said, the CO2 emission when surfing the internet is happening, especially the servers are energy hungry machines. Even if you are not working and if the machine is plugged in, it will emit certain amount of CO2. Of course, it will utilize certain amount of energy also. Right. How much energy the ICT is consuming? As per the research, as per the analysis forecast, right, survey, the world power or the world energy production in 2018 was 1,40,000 terawatt hour. Among this 1,40,000 terawatt hour, 6 to 10% utilized for the purpose of utilizing information communication technology oriented equipments. And the survey is telling and the research is telling every year it is increasing 5 to 7%, right? Okay. So I took almost 40 minutes so far. So I thought of getting an introduction from you people also. You might have some relaxation. You may expect some relaxation. So I thought of sharing. One second. Yeah. So what I did is I posted a link in your chat box, meeting chat. You just click it and give your poll. Suppose if you have not received the link in the meeting chat, you go to menti.com, give the passcode 8835226. so that you may able to give your polling. So just I want to know here, I think around how many people are here? 1 second.
Around 30 participants, sir.
Yeah. So see, this cyber criminology and cyber security or network security is an interdisciplinary study. Nowadays, people from non-computer science background also coming up. It is required some sense and much interest to come up. So I thought of knowing how many of your participants are belongs to computer science background and how many are from other background. Here you may raise another doubt how it is related with today's my topic. There is some relation that you will understand and realize only at the end of the session. I think nobody is participated in the poll. Everybody is busy. Or I think you people
Dear
are
participants, please participate in the poll.
Maybe they are using mobile phone, so it is difficult for them to switch over immediately from here to there. The screen visible to you? No. One moment. Yeah, first person from non-computer science branch polled. I will do one thing. I will give some 30 seconds. Please complete it. We are having less time only.
Sir, password is not visible, sir, on screen.
Yeah. 88.
Passcode. Yes, sir. Now it is correct.
Yeah. 88352226. Please take some 30 seconds and complete it so that we will go to the next discussion.
Dear participants, please complete within 30 seconds so that we can go to the next topic.
Okay, one person from MCA also polled, one person from non-computer science. Okay, I will do one thing. I will keep it till the end of day. You can poll it after the session also. That will be easy for you people to make follow up of this session. Right. So now I intended to tell one principle which may be correlated with your network security or even cyber criminology, right? We often hear, right? For example, we can consider the Facebook scandal, which happened a few years back. Soon after receiving such kind of message, right? This is a question for the participants. How many of you got shocked and soon after receiving such message, you replaced or changed your password or even withdrawn from the Facebook? And second group maybe commented like this: Facebook may lost some data, but nothing is in my Facebook account. No data can be stealed from my Facebook account because I have my own security in that area. Or how many of us felt bad and start getting frustration? someone seen my data of Facebook account? Or how many of us start feeling sad? Unknowingly, I lost my data, or knowingly, I lost my data. Hereafter, I won't go for doing this. Or how many of us felt like this? I expected this kind of thing, so I given all the data as a dummy one. Or how many of us had a decision that nothing will affect me? I used to transact what I feel. Nobody can do anything with my data if at all it is still. So among these 35 plus participants, everybody is having in any one or more of this particular situation. Whether it is a network security or cyber security, whether it is a data breach of a company or an individual. Even if you are talking about the US election result, after hearing such a result, we may overcome with these kind of situations. However, if you are overcoming the situation fastly and reaching the integration level, then your enthusiasm, your initiation, your activity will secure more amount of result. So these Kubler-Ross made this principle several decades back by analyzing, researching several thousands of mindsets. Suppose if you are saying, sir, I am in shock or denial or anger situation, then we required a lot of information, lot of communication to come over from that situation. Suppose if you are in bargaining and depression stage, we are required lot of emotional support. If you are in acceptance and problem solving position, then we required lot of guidance and direction. Similarly, knowingly or unknowingly, these 30 plus participants came for attending this FDP. You may be in beginning stage, or you may be an intermediator, or you may be an expert. What is your situation in connection with this cyber criminology as well as network security? Which type of data is required for you to improve? If you are in beginning stage, you are required information communication, which means we have to attend some more conferences or FDPs. If you are in second situation, you required some technical support which may help you to overcome from your problem. If you are in the final stage, you have to make it in a proper standard operating procedure way. So you require some expert guidance. So this can be correlated with our day-to-day life also, which means we require lot of creative alignment, we require lot of communication, we require lot of motivation, capability as well as knowledge. So I don't want answer from the participants. You recall yourself and think yourself and you finalize which position we are. Right. When we talk about this network security or cyber criminology, this particular IoT is unavoidable. Without that, there is nothing, right? The projection is like this. By 2022, the connected devices will be 30 billions. It was made few years back, but the prediction of 2020 is already crossed. When we say prediction of IoT usage, right, it might be wide area or short area or PC, laptop, tab or mobile, right, or it might be a fixed force. So this is taken from CAGR, and it can be believable because the past history is like that, and the current history also similar to that. Right. When we talk about this particular security, always we are talking about security, right? Where and all it is getting breached. At the beginning, I told the healthcare is having problem of more than 600 incidents in the past year, right? So when we talk about the breaching of data, we have to consider in a huge way of, right, healthcare, because it will affect mentally also. So the cloud-based healthcare support, nowadays it is emerging, nothing like that. So when we say healthcare support, it cites a lot of privacy concern in light of ultra-sensitive information. People are reluctant to share with an outside vendor. Maybe it is storing in the cloud, which is having so many advantages, right? But it is also having some disadvantages. As in lots of other industries, the days of internal IT staff at hospitals and other healthcare institutions are waning as operations migrate to cloud-based software as well as servers. Proponents of the shifts, there may be many. What they are saying is several things, including lower cost and the ability to speed up analysis of important care components such as clinical notes, right? All of which ideally lead to better care only. Besides these facts, the data is processed much more quickly and payroll shrinks considerably in the absence of large in-house IT crews. There are number of on-site servers, but no on-site servers because everything is in the cloud. Of course, it is reducing the job also, right? Perhaps best of all, doctors, nurses, and other healthcare providers have easy access to detailed patient data from different sources, which eliminates the need for massive networks and complex security protocols. Consequently, patients more quickly and accurately get the information, medication, right? Therapies, which are all they need. That is the need of this particular healthcare application development tool by using cloud-based. I hope some of you may are doing this particular research or project. If it is so, it is having vast area and it is having a great scope in the coming days. Okay, next one, if you are talking about right, telemedicine, right? When we use telephone itself, we are getting news that it is tapped. When we are going to shift telemedicine, only in the during Corona season, it's get a huge increase. It is avoiding to travel a long distance as well as it is saving the time of patients, as well as the care providers like doctors as well as nurses, even hospitals, right? Fortunately, telemedicine can come some geographic barriers to healthcare, especially for specialized providers. So telemedicine can be particularly beneficial for patients in medical underserved communities and those in rural geographical locations. So here the problem is again possibility of data breach, right? And the third one, I hope this is also a very popular one nowadays, right? So yesterday there was a news, there is an article, the Bitcoin is up with some lakhs. one Bitcoin is equivalent to some lakhs, Ethereum is only some 30,000 something, right? Suppose if you are doing such kind of development runs, or if you are interested to do cyber security or network security in blockchain technology, so it can be interpreted in any way, right? Now I am giving the slides how the cyber security jobs can be obtained, where and all we can obtain. Suppose if you are interested to do some research for eliminating or reducing the data breach, that too in blockchain technology, that is a growing sector, right? Then the world-changing technology, artificial intelligence, right? See, this electronic health record data can help to identify infection patterns and highlight patients at risk before they begin to show symptoms. Leveraging, you might hear the ML and AI tools to drive these analytics can enhance their accuracy and create faster as well as accurate alerts for healthcare providers. Next one. You might hear about AR and VR, right? More companies, more life science companies are using nowadays augmented reality, that is AR, to bring new therapies to life by combining virtual and physical worlds. So in that case, there are several or infinity number of data is in the problem of breaching. So the importance of network security provider is in a huge way. Only thing, how we are going to utilize it. So the network breaching may be occurred in cloud-based healthcare support, or in improved telemedicine area, or in the blockchain technology area, or it might be in the AI area, or it might be in AR and VR. These are all the top level. Still, we are having n number of other sectors or areas. I took only these fields because these are all identified as world emerging technologies by 2025. The next 5 years, these are all the places where we can expect a lot of changes or upcomings, right? So the data can be breached. From the slide, you can understand the data can be breached from any one or more places. In that sense, what are the intermediate obstacles and how we are going to provide solution to solve the network breaching or the cyber security breaching? That will be the question of everyone, right? The next polling, give me a moment, I can put it.
Participants, so please ready for the next poll now.
One moment. That is, one moment. I have an issue of another system, which means yes. Please click the link which I shared on your message chat, or you can go to Mendy.com by using the code 7077058. you give your poll. Take 30 seconds. Make it fast, please.
Participants, link is available in chat box. You can go through that. Otherwise, as sir said, minty.com. You can make use of minty.com. And the passcode is given 7077058.
Yeah, since it is a Saturday and it is the last day, maybe everybody is in the tired mode, right?
Yes, sir. Maybe.
See this year AICT is given more than 1,500 STTP and FDPs.
Exactly.
So, people are doing this online teaching as well as learning for the past 6+ months. So it is difficult for every user, every participant to react immediately.
True, sir.
So as a coordinator, we have to understand their situation as an empathy way, right? Let us hope everything will come as normal in the coming days. I think 4 people put, 2 people chosen the answer as I love you, and two chosen as creeper. Nobody chosen as blaster and saucer. See, don't go for Google it. Okay, this is for the purpose of understanding you people in the way of doing research in network security. The questions raised as a poll 1, poll 2, and you are having one more poll. All the 3 polls are directly connected with the research interest of individuals, those who are here, right? Okay, I will keep this poll also at the end of day. I will keep open till end of the day. For those who are interested in doing research in this particular area may utilize it after the session also, right? So why I am saying this example as healthcare is 2 reasons are there, right? One reason I told during 2019 the breach happened in the network of healthcare industry is a huge one, right? That too registered one. Second thing, the topic of the session is network security. So I am assuming that you people are doing some research in the network security. In that sense, this particular sector or the particular area is having a huge scope for executing our research, right? Sir, how it will be differ from energy, how it will be differ from even the hospitality area, right? There are several micro modifications or micro changes available. So in that sense, right, in that sense, if you are interested to do research or if you want to implement cyber security or network security, right, that too in healthcare industry, have these major segments. It may be R&D area of healthcare, or it may be manufacturing area, it might be a industry which is making pharmaceutical things, or it may be the distribution of such things from one point to another point, or it might be a hospital, or it might be a customer service. So if you are looking this IoT in healthcare management, the market growth, the global IoT in healthcare market size is projected to reach almost $534.3 billion by 2025. It is the CAGR survey, almost 19.9% over the forecast period, according to the new report by Grandview Research. So rising in investments for the implementation of IoT solutions in the healthcare sector is one of the key factors driving the market. So increasing penetration of connected devices in various healthcare institutes and adoption of IoT systems and software solutions, right, in healthcare operational activities are also among key factor augmenting the market growth. So Then this is one of the projected and futured area. If you are talking about companies, sorry, is there any company is doing, right? How can I find such companies, right? So there are some companies, there are several companies, right? There are several companies are doing the research of how to prevent data breaches. When you talk about the devices, right? There are several devices. It might be a wearable external device or implanted medical device or even stationary medical device, right? What type of segmentation we are having, right? It might be remote device management or network bandwidth management or data analytics or application security, right? Then network security. So don't get confused with the FDP title as network security alone. The security is everywhere. When we go for doing data analytics, there will be a need of a security, right? When we go for implementing a remote device, we require a security. When we go for transferring data from one point to another point through network bandwidth, there is a requirement of network security, right? So everywhere the importance of security is necessary or required. Suppose if we are talking about system, we are going to integrate many systems, right? We may go for doing network security in consulting or training or even education, or we can go for support and maintenance services in the healthcare industry. So the healthcare industry is having a vast area for deploying network security professionals, right? Even if you are talking about the connectivity technology, so possibility of breaching data through the connectivity also, right? It might be Wi-Fi or Bluetooth low energy or Zigbee or near field communication or cellular or satellite, right? We can list. So we have to decide which area we are planned to do our research and which area we want to grow our career, right? Suppose if you are looking the end user, it might be a clinical research organization, or it might be a hospital or clinic, or it might be a research and diagnostic laboratory, right? We can say any number, any name we can do, right? Like that, if you are talking about again application, when we say application, already I told telemedicine, we can say clinical operation, we can say inpatient monitoring, we can say medication management, we can say, right? Or we can say connected imaging. Everywhere the requirement of cyber security or network security is more required. Okay, sir, how can we improve the network security in healthcare? What is the possible ways? See, it has become increasingly clear that network security is a risk factor in healthcare data. Data breaches cost the healthcare industry approximately, say, $6 billion every year. Billion. According to, you might hear about Becker's Hospital review. So the breach of barometer report in a year in review additionally found that there was an average of at least one healthcare data per day, right, in 2016. One data at least in every day. You know how many patients in US and the rest of the world? Almost 27 million patient record. This is what the survey is or the research is saying. You may ask, sir, what is the patient information, right? What is the need of keeping safe of a patient information? It is mandatory. See, organizations seek to protect their patient information from these growing threats. Demand for health informatics. We used to say the technical term as health informatics professionals who are familiar with the current state of network security in healthcare is the upcoming one. See, when people visit healthcare facility to receive medical services, they are usually required to give their healthcare providers relevant information that can be used to inform their treatment process. If you are looking at the state Kerala, and if you are going to any government hospital, no need of carrying any document because these are all digitalized. If you are giving your code number or patient number, it can be easily accessible by the government doctors about the past history, which means the in and out of the entire patient data will be available with all the healthcare industry people. So in that sense, it might be a protected health information, or we can say de-identified health information. When we say protected health information, how the network security is required more? Because most sensitive forms of patient information fall under the umbrella of this protected health information. We used to say PHI. The Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act, HIPAA of 1996 in our country defines PHI as a information in a medical record that can be used to identify an individual and that was created, used or disclosed in the course of providing a healthcare service such as a diagnosis or a treatment. This is the law in our country, this protected health information. But how much it is secured is a $1 million question. Because the doctors also using network, they are also using emails or some social sites. So there are huge possibility for the network providers, network security providers. See, this de-identified health information is less strictly protected. So it cannot be used to identify patients. What is the data? The data will be like the region is having this many number of patients in such and such activity, such and such way. That may not affect the patient directly or hugely. So the data has to be identified. According to that, the network security has to be provided. If you are talking about the challenges, network security challenges or cyber security challenges, already I told malware and ransomware, it's a very recent one. Cloud threats, misleading websites, right? Phishing attacks, encryption of blind spots, even it will get as an employee error, right? We cannot avoid, that is an unavoidable way, there will be some errors. These are all the major challenges in network security, that too in healthcare. Sir, how can I improve? What way we can improve these kind of issues? As a network security researcher or a provider, what are the things I have to consider, right? So actually, due to the significant financial impact of data breaches in healthcare, health informatics and other professionals are playing an important role in ensuring that medical organizations remain secure. You might hear about this healthit.gov website, right? Individual healthcare organizations, right? According to them, we have some ways to improve this network security. So what are the things we have to implement? The first thing I posted as establishing a security culture. It should be a culture. It is a part and parcel of our day-to-day life. So ongoing cybersecurity training and education emphasize that every member of the organization is responsible for protecting patient data, creating a culture of a security. Right? And the second, protect mobile device. Again, it is an unavoidable thing nowadays. So whether we are having a protection of breaching data from through our mobile, anybody, I hope anybody is doing research of in this particular field, network security, empowerment in healthcare industry people's mobile devices. It is also an upcoming or emerging sector. An increasing number of healthcare providers are using mobile devices at their work, because everywhere now we can see lot of hospitals, lot of doctors. Hope I will tell one out of the box matter. As per the upcoming survey, the researchers are forecasting that after 1 decade there will be no engineering and medical college as a separate one. It will be an integrated one. Those who are interested to do medicine can do, and remaining can do engineering. Because nowadays the doctors are not doing any physical activity, not much physical activity, because most of the things are automated and the machines are executing their work. Which means, for an example, the eye surgery will be done by a machine which is set by a doctor by importing their scales. Which means the engineer, those who are participating here are making an automated machine for the purpose of executing an eye surgery, which is usually carried out by a expertized doctor, which means we engineers should know well about the eye surgery. So here the data breach, here the data capturing by the hackers, right, in the coming days will be in a huge way. So how we are going to protect? So one thing, we can protect the mobile devices which is generally used by these healthcare industry people, so that the link between the automated machine to the mobile device will be stopped. Okay. Third one, maintain good computer habits. If you are onboarding any new employees, you train them well. Firewall, right? See, this firewall is going to reduce the job of network providers or network security providers, which means everything will be automated. In that sense, the work area of network provider, network security providers will get reduced. So, of course, it is also a good one. Install and maintain antivirus software, plan for the unexpected. That's what I told at the beginning. Whatever we provide network security, it cannot be claimed as 100% secure. There is a possibility of expecting the unexpected thing, right? And the next one, control access to protected health information. Here our plays a huge role. And password, right? Because the Verizon report found that 63% of confirmed data breaches involved taking advantages of password that were the default or weak or even stolen. We can tell n number. Then limit network access. When the government of India mentioned the Aadhaar card details are not to be publicized until unless it is required in a mandatory places, we people started telling, then what is the security, right? So this is also one way of reducing, but not in the full form. Control physical access. Again, the data breaches are identified by the way of physical devices are stolen. So these are the some recommendations for improving the cyber security or network security, that too in healthcare sector. Sir, is there any other suggestions? There will be lot of suggestions, a lot of other suggestions also. But for this session, I took only this limited number of suggestions. Again, your question may be, sir, how I can emphasize my research of network security in these areas, right? For an example, I am considering one more. Being a mechanical engineer, I am interested in energy sector also. I am sure you people also came to know that the AI is playing well or huge amount in the energy industry. So actually artificial intelligence becomes more and more important in the energy industry and is having a great potential for the future design of the energy system. If you are looking where and all the possibility of network breaching, one is electricity trading. Second one is, you might hear that new term, smart grids, right? When you talk about the smart grid, right, we may say in other term as power grid also. Then the third area, we can say digitalization of the energy sector or the payment area or the data of utilization of energy amount. So we are having several segments in the energy sector itself for the possibility of data breaching. See, when we say this power grid, right, or we can say grid, there is a possibility of huge data breach. So actually, we are connecting with the electricity, and our all power consumptions are nowadays measured by the smart meters, or we can say smart home solutions. Right? We may hear about lot of things. Even if you forget to switch off your fan, light or refrigerator, it can be done from anywhere nowadays. So everywhere we are using the network. So there the possibility of getting breached. When we pay the electricity consumption amount or charges, right, there is a possibility of breaching. Then I mentioned a new term, virtual power plant, right? There the computer science engineers or computer sector people are playing a huge role, because in virtual power plant, numerous data is getting processed as well as forecasted. Okay, how it is? So the smart grids are coupling lot of sectors, or it is getting monitored, and there are lot of maintenance work and secret works, right, are happening. So there the possibility of breaching. The slide may be self-explanatory for the particular topic. So everywhere the data is transmitting from one point to multiple points in forward as well as reverse way. In that sense, the data will be allowed to transfer with a lot of limitations, depend upon the user, depend upon the admins. Because in this picture I mentioned the solar power plant where the industry is producing power, they required what amount of energy is produced and how much amount is received as of now in monthly basis or unit basis. In the hydroelectric power plant also producing energy, but how it is distributed and what is the payback happen, right? So everywhere the data is there. So in that sense, even we can stop the operation of an individual or an industry for limited time to unexpected time in the coming days because of the hacking, right? Even we can stop the entire world by doing a small hacking in the coming days. So the network security is much unavoidable in the coming days. So that's what I took this particular sector as an example in addition to the healthcare industry. Everywhere we are getting data and it is secured in a huge number. When I say huge number, we cannot even measure it. That much issues are there, right? This is an example flow diagram where and all the possibility of network breaching in the virtual power plant, and as well as we can say smart grid or intelligent grid, right? What are the obstacles in the energy sector? Only 3 areas. All the 3 are related and directly to us: cyber attacks, data protection, data security, power consumption also. Because I am talking about holistic approach, the challenges based on the environmental also, right? So any artificial intelligence, right? Any AI is only as smart as its data. This is one of the biggest sticking points. The topics of data protection and data security are some of the greatest weak points for the AI. If you are saying AI, right, and if you are making a product, say example robot, which is serving a cup of coffee to the guest, the greatest weak point is data protection and data security. To whom we have to give coffee, to whom we have to give tea, to whom we have to give cool drink. Here the data, the particular individual, particular variety of snack, right, and the timing. And if any hackers hack and change the data, will affect hugely human values. Those who are connected digitally and I can say intelligently reveal a lot about themselves, and the system becomes vulnerable to cyber attack. For example, in 2018, German Federal Office for Security, which is called as BSI, it observed that number of cyber attacks on critical infrastructure tripled in comparison to 2017. People are doing as a patient sometimes. People are trying to learn sometimes. People are doing purposefully in most of the times, right? So energy supply and the entire energy system are part of this critical infrastructure. This is why network security is becoming more and more important today, and in the future, in order to protect the highly networked power grid from attacks and data theft from the outside. There are already strictly security requirements for participants in the electricity market in the area of data protection and data security, but still. So many end users are critical of AI, especially in relation to smart home technology. You might hear about this smart home technology, right? So when we say, okay, here I put this blockchain technology, it is not directly again related with this. We can skip it. No need of talking about blockchain alone now. However, it is again related with your network security only. I thought of showing something beyond that topic, but still the time is very limited. We are not going to talk this. Okay. So this particular cyber attack, for example, if you are considering the German or other countries which are trying to curve data, accessed by private companies, as is happening in the US and China. For example, we can say the European Union Commission has therefore developed 4 basic ethical principles for AI. Actually, AI should respect human autonomy. It should avoid social harm. It should be fair, and it should be explainable. When I say respect human autonomy, it deals with a number of data. When I say avoid social harm, again, it should be fair. Our machine learning algorithms as well as deep learning algorithms must be in a proper way so that the AI will be in fair, so that it cannot be hacked and it may not make more or not even a single social harm. And it should be understandable by each and every one of us. Otherwise, we can raise a number of questions how that AI is taking decision, right? So for that purpose, what I put in the slide is, if you fail to plan, you are planning to fail. If you don't attack the risks will attack you. Nothing gets done till nothing gets done. I used to say this in all FDPs. In this world, it is very difficult to identify a product which is having high quality, low cost, and long-term life. At least we can have any 2 characteristics. I am sure the network security providers will empower the entire universe as well as world with all these 3 parameters, all these 3 characteristics, right? So we can make the world with high indexed happiness sleep. For an example, I thought of sharing this. If you are talking about the cyber threat or network threat in the world, right? How it is, how much it is, right? The scale of network threat, if you are considering the year 2018 itself, the survey is saying that 80,000 attacks per day, 80,000 plus, right, per day, over 13 million per year. Again, it is a huge one, right? The second, 21% of all files are not protected in any way in almost industries. 41% of companies have over 1,000 sensitive files left unprotected. I am saying the scope for network security providers, and I am saying the scope for hackers to hack, that is comes under cyber criminology, right? So 62% of businesses experienced phishing and social engineering attacks in the year of 2018. Actually, 114 billion US$ is spent in the year of 2018. Okay, if you are thinking about, if you are considering in the year of 2019, again $7.9 billion records. Comparing with the previous year, it is huge, 112% more than 2018. And the cost estimation of data breach is $3.92 million US$. This current year, it is estimated it is going to reach 300 billion, right? Number of passwords used by humans and machines worldwide will grow 300 billion in this year, and almost it is reached. It is estimated so far as around 280 billion so far. Still, we are having another 3 more months, right? And it is projected like this in 2022, right? In 2022, the scope for network security in cyber criminology or cyber security solution itself, right? the period of 4 years will reach 170.4 billion US dollars. That is a 5-year period time. This is the forecasting of the globe on cyber security. Already it is breached. Breached in the sense it cost more than 170.4 billion US dollars. Still we are having one more plus year. So the scope for cyber security or network security providers or researchers in the coming years will be huge and enormous. Hence, we are dreaming, we are creating, we are designing and building our luxurious, comfortable house. I am sure all the participants are much interested to have their own comfortable, right, bungalow or home. But it is very difficult. But somehow we are overcoming all these obstacles. Similarly, Walt Disney also constructed their world best amusement park. In fact, we all people are interested to visit once in our lifetime. But he is not happy with this amusement park after construction. You know why? He is telling that I dreamed, I created, I designed, and I managed to acquire funds, but it is in the hand of the creators, right? So we are all creators of network security. So the dream of users are 100% safe of their data. So are we having the capability and ability of doing that things? So I don't believe in taking decisions. I take decisions and then make them right. So always believe in your ability and effort. This is again the statement made by one of the biggest industrialists of our country, Ratan Tata, when he shifted his industry from West Bengal to other state. So as I told earlier, knowingly or unknowingly, this 30 plus participants gathered here to know something about network security and the scope of network security. In that sense, we may have the ability or we may not have the ability. Either we are in the beginner stage or intermediate stage. I am sure most of us are not in the expert status, right? In that sense, if you are keeping our confidence, if you are keeping and if you are believing our ability and effort, definitely we may able to achieve the previous slides as Walt Disney mentioned, right? It is simple, but we have to work it out little more. Okay, now the time is for giving the third poll. Give me a moment so that I will copy and share.
Participants, please ready for the third poll.
I polled, I given in your message box. Either
you can check it with the message box. The link is given, or else you can go to minty.com.
I asked you to give the top priority in the specified areas of network security. It will take a moment, maybe 60 seconds. Let us wait for a minute so that you people can poll. So according to your view, which area be given top priority? So I given endpoint security, content security, data center security, cloud-based services, identity and access management, mobile enterprise management. So now I can reveal why I asked you to make a poll. At the beginning, I told which sector you belongs, computer science or non-computer science. Then I tested your basic knowledge in computer security by using a question. What is the first virus? Very ordinary question. Now I am asking some technical way of ranking by understanding whether you are an intermediator or an expert. I believe that in the past 6 days, you might hear something related with these 6 choices from various experts. Or you might already kick-started of learning something, or kick-started of doing something, or you kick-started of executing something in these one or other of 6 choices. Maybe the terminology are all new if you are a beginner. I think first person poll, he chosen his category first as data center security. Maybe that is a common word, data center. So he might thought that security is more required than the cloud-based services, right? I think a few more people also polled. I think 6 are polled. So among 6, the data center security is the top way. Okay. Let me continue the topics. So you can poll until end of this day, right? I have another 20 minutes only, so I can rush. So next one, I thought of connecting the network security with another, the famous industrialist McKinsey, right? He always tell like this. He always follow this kind of norms, right? So that he is feeling that his company or industry is executing things in a well manner. Whether my screen is visible to all? Hello?
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Okay. Because I got disconnected of one of my connections.
Yeah, maybe, sir. Yes.
Am I right?
Yes, sir. Screen is visible.
Whether my both names are available? Because I am not
Both
able
names.
to. Yes. I got, I lost one connection. Let me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Because I am not able to see the chat box, so that only I connected in 2 different places.
Okay.
Is it working? Yeah. Okay. Yes. Okay. So generally the McKinsey, this is called McKinsey's 7S framework. So he used to say like this, right? He is starting, he always taught like this. Whatever the thing, we need some strategy, we should structure, then we have to convert the structure as a system, then we need skill, we need style, we need staff, in between we should have the shared values. That's what I am saying, human values. Right? So the McKinsey, right from his business starting, he is having this kind of framework for executing his day-to-day business. In that sense, the participants may recall in their mindset, what is your framework in this network security, irrespective of beginner or intermediate or expert. What things you are having? Have you ever formulated the strategy? When you say strategy, what is the purpose of the business and the way the organization seeks to enhance its competitive advantage? What is your strategy? Right? What is the structure or what is the system? When we say system, what are the ways we have to go for executing? What are the procedures? If you are running a company, what are the reward as well as resource allocation for executing the things, right? So this particular framework is explained in different angles, stage by stage, right? So I have only 15 minutes. So I am not going to brief all the things. So I can say the overall headings, the structure and the system, right? When we say system, it is mostly related with financial and HR and the controls. When you say controls, how it is monitoring, how it is going to evaluating. When you say shared values, when you say skills, when you say staff, you have to follow one by one, right? So are you doing this all things in your day-to-day activity of this particular network security? Again, this is a $1 million question. Most of us will say, sir, how can I sequentially arrange all these things? That will be a biggest question among most of the participants. I am sure that will be there. How can we rectify and all? We will do it in the second phase. Right. So the McKinsey method or Kubler-Ross method. All are change management model system. It is up to us to choose. Already I told, are we going to make this network security as a complicated one or a easiest one? Definitely it is in the hand of us, and definitely we will make. So when we talk about the threat, it will be cybercrime or cyber attack or even cyber terrorism. If you are looking the evaluation of this network security issues for the past several decades till date, it overcome these all issues. Starts from password guessing to the latest ransomware. So every time we have to come up with a new solution, we have to come up with a new algorithm so that the users will feel safety in a maximized way, maximized percentage, right? So everywhere we are having some technology, some logic, so that the hackers will get failure, right? If you are looking the scenario, it starts from attacking individual computers and now the connected devices. In between, it crossed network computers, corporate system, industrial system, right? When I say industrial system, I told two examples. One is healthcare and another one is energy. Right. This is for your knowledge only. We are also having the IT Act in our country, which is made in the year of 2000. We are having Cyber Crime Prevention Act, which is made in the year of 2012. If you are looking the IT Act 2000, right? Section 43 of the IT Act provides penalty for damage to computer systems, etc., such as illegal access to computer systems, downloading, copying data, inducing virus attack on it, damaging the computer, its stored data or network, etc., shall be liable to pay by way of compensation up to ₹1 crore. The act is made in the year of 2000, which is 20 years back, 2 decades back. I didn't hear even a single case in our country for getting a compensation of ₹1 crore. But in my previous all slides, I mentioned n number of data breaching is happening, right? We have a very good, powerful IT Act, and it is having great provisions. But we are not educated such kind of acts among the stakeholders, specifically with people. It is our duty to make it, right? So believe in your ability and effort so that we will make it success. I am not going to connect the third principle, Kurt Levin's model of change also. last 5 minutes I can take. So this is again specifically to my topic. When we talk, sir, how this network security as well as cyber criminology is having challenges in human values, ethics, and environmental. I told n number of possibilities of environmental challenges in network security. I told several ethics, right? Then human values, people will always look of the cost. If I want to keep safely my data, how much I have to invest? Whether it is really worthwhile, right? Then the remaining two, global warming potential as well as secondary environmental impacts, we spoke a lot in connection with ethics as well as environmental conscious. So my friends, if you focus on results, you will never change. If you focus on change, you will get results. So please try to make network security as similar to the slide which I am showing, that Bloom's taxonomy often we hear in our academic industry. We want a new item which is going to give a taste of multiple fruits. So as Walt Disney mentioned, our dreams of keeping our data as a 100% safe will come true only if we are having the courage to execute that one, right? So you might hear SWOT and all those things we can talk later in the second phase if possible. So already the introducer mentioned my career philosophy. Just for a minute, transforming student engineers into practicing engineers, family first, student always, ethics and environment is my family. So that only I started the phase 1 with the challenges of ethics and environment as well as human values in the sector of network security as well as cyber criminology. So I can brush up with the remaining end part. So the last one, if any of you are interested to work out with us, either coordinator or with the speaker, as a collaborative research, you may join with us. We are welcoming new people. I shared a Google form in your message box, which will give you a direction of making collaborative research with the host institute, Gopalan College of Engineering and Management, and or with the speakers of this session. So you kindly feel that if you are really interested to kickstart a research or continue research or expertise in that network security research area. So for today's session, I referred many things. So if you want to approach this network security, these 4 are fundamentals and it is mandatory. We have to educate employees, we have to utilize technology in a well manner, and we have to formulate policy and procedure, and we have to have the mechanism of recover the data. So for today's session, I referred few things listed here, which includes the cybersecurity trends 2020 by Verodin, as well as Oracle and KPMG Cloud Threat Report of 2020, which are all really interesting to read. In addition to that, I am suggesting you to read Who Will Cry When You Die by Robin Sharma, of Indian author, to get more happiness index in your life. So further, if you are having any interest, any queries, any thoughts, right, anything to be shared, you can share in the contact details which you seeing in the screen now. So thank you for your patient listening, and thank you for the coordinators for giving me a chance to meet 30+ interested researchers in the field of network security. Over to the coordinator. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Participants, do you have any queries, questions? Please, you can post it in the chat box, or directly you can talk to the resource person. Participants, any questions, please?
Hello, security, any challenges, issues are in the healthcare system?
Yeah. Tell me.
You are mentioned. Hello, sir. My voice is clear?
Yes. Tell me.
Yeah. Can you explain once again what are the in the challenges and issues in the healthcare system? You are mentioned the healthcare system in the PPT.
Yeah. See,
Yeah.
if you are looking in the healthcare, the challenges are, see, even in the corona situation, most of us are utilizing this telemedicine.
Okay.
Right. See, the call will be connected with the data center, then it will be reconnected to the expert. We are having a voice system in the data center. That is the usual thing we are doing. So the artificial intelligence is utilized in the data center to transfer the patient call to the concerned expert doctor. The artificial intelligence will ask supportive evidentical data. Maybe initially it will ask what is your patient ID. When the patient types his patient ID, it will search the data and try to locate it. Assume the patient is a new person. The first time a person is coming for the consultation. So the AI will ask some set of data in terms of machine learning program, machine learning algorithm. The data will be stored in the cloud or data will be stored in the data center. There is a possibility of handling this data physically by human. Right. The data will be possible to get leaked from the data center as well as from the cloud. At the same time, the possibility of leaking data from the mobile handset of patient also. So we cannot predict where the data is getting or going to leak. So are we making such kind of data security protection in the particular software package which is installed in the consumer's hand devices? Is it that much easy to install? It is little bit difficult. We have to convince the people, we have to educate the people by saying or by proving that if you are installing this particular app, it won't steal your further data. So that is a big challenge. Educating the employees or proving the consumers to utilize, right, the particular app. So for that purpose, there is a need of proven data secured softwares or packages. That is one example I told. Even we can say the hospital will store lot of X-rays, right? If the data is not in a secured level, when the doctor picks the next time of the particular patient's X-ray, it may show some another patient's X-ray. That's what I told. In the state of Kerala, all the government hospitals are made properly linkage, but huge possibility of data threat. So the data security providers or researchers are having great scope, right?
Thank you, sir. Sir, there is one more question from Prashant Kumar Paricha. So the question is like that, sir. You have mentioned about Cybercrime Prevention Act 2012.
Yes.
Is it already implemented in India? That is his question.
Yes. It is there. It is there. That's what I told. See, the acts are all there, but it is not educated among all the people. Okay. It is having several sections also.
And in continuation to that question, he says, because I am not only aware of IT Act 2000,
okay.
That is Amendment 2008, he says.
Okay, I will share the act.
So because he is only aware of IT Act 2000.
Okay, I will share. I am having the document. Okay, you please mail me or message me. I will share to you.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Any more questions, please, participants? I think no more questions, sir. Sir, dear Muruganandam sir, it is our pleasure to have a wonderful and informative session from you today. Definitely our participants have gained a lot of knowledge from this session, sir. We look forward to have more sessions from you in future, definitely, sir. Thank you, sir, so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Dear participants, for the next session today, we'll assemble at 2 o'clock. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Once again, Muruganathan, sir, thank you very much.